let's kind of theorize who is the one who's going to betray, die, and what do you call that? Suffer a fate worse than death. Betrayal is, you guys are saying Caitlyn?
Yep.
Sure, yeah. He's...
Death will be Iris.
All that changing still ends up with Iris.
And what about the fate worse than death? What could be worse than death? Losing somebody that you care about? Is that going to be Barry? It's got to be. Because he's kind of like...
I want to say Barry, but that just seems too obvious.
So who else would it be?
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But dude, that could also play into the next season.
Yes.
Suffering fate worse than death? What if he gets stuck in the Speed Force again?
Barry?
Yeah.
Oh,
and instead of like an alternate, like, you know, where he was living, what do you call it, with the dinosaur episode of last season?
Yeah.
What if he's just like continuously running?
And then he becomes a Blue Flash.
He becomes, Future Flash.
And then like, hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ Rhythm Bros, Jeremy and Bears.
What's good?
Bringing another weekly recap of The Flash mid-season premiere. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. The next episode is called Barring Problems from the Future. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes.
Roll the clip.
Barry awakens from a nightmare of Iris' death at the hands of Savitar. After sharing an intimate moment with Iris at their new apartment, he heads out to stop the fire with Wally. They save and trap Detective Patterson and head back to Star Labs. Barry praises Wally for following his instructions and says he will be ready to do it on his own in no time. Caitlyn continues to keep her powers under control using the metahuman cuffs, and HR prepares to show the team the Star Labs museum. Back at the CCPD, Detective Patterson talks to Joe about Kid Flash being an amateur compared to the actual Flash. With Wally overhearing the conversation, Caitlyn visits Julian and asks him for help in getting rid of her powers. He respectfully refuses, causing Caitlyn to have a small outburst, which he eventually controls. At Barry and Iris' apartment, he continues to keep her future death a secret from her. He rushes to stop a villain called Plunder, who he had seen a picture of in a future before Iris is killed. Plunder catches Barry off guard and gets away. Back at the lab, the rest of the team helps him find Plunder, but he refuses to let Wally come along to take the villain down. Caitlyn gets a text from Julian to meet, and he asks her to help him move forward. She invites him to join the team in order to get rid of the guilt he is feeling for being an acolyte for Savitar. He tells her that he will think about it, and she leaves. Barry talks to HR about changing the events to prevent a certain future from happening, and gains some insight on what to do about Iris' death. Cisco alerts him that Plunder has robbed another bank, so Barry goes to confront him. Plunder uses a specialized gun with heat-seeking bullets, nearly killing the speedster. Wally arrives just in time to save Barry, and stops Plunder. While the rest of the team praise him for stopping the villain, Barry lashes out at him for disobeying orders. They then prepare for the grand opening of the Star Labs Museum, which no one goes to. Julian appears, and Caitlyn is forced to explain why she invited him to join the team. Barry agrees to think about it, and then tells Iris about her future death. He promises to make sure he'll prevent it from happening. They tell the team, but Iris refuses to tell Joe. HR explains that wherever the future wants to happen, it will happen. He tells Barry that if he wants to change it, he has to be careful what events he decides to change. Cisco vibes Barry and himself to May 23rd, 2017 to find clues leading to Iris' death. They see Barry trying to stop Savitar from killing Iris. Something is revealed to be changed as they see HR pointing a rifle at Savitar. They head back to reality and tell the team that the headlines on the news have changed. Killer Frost is still at large. Music Meister has gotten a music deal. Star Labs closed, and guerrilla attacks have been going on throughout the city. They realize that if they can change the headlines, they can change the future. Joe shows up and tells the team that Plunder has escaped, and they use their knowledge of the future to their advantage. Barry apologizes to Wally and tells him he is ready to be a hero. They find the villain leaving Central City Museum, and Barry tells Wally to stop him to change the future. They use teamwork to outmaneuver Plunder and apprehend him. The team then celebrate by having another grand opening of Star Labs Museum. Afterward, they go to Barry and Iris' place for another celebration. Barry finally accepts Julian to the team, much to his excitement. Julian and Cisco then give Caitlyn a necklace that can better control her powers, and Joe tells Barry that he is proud of both his superhero sons. Elsewhere, Gypsy appears to be looking for HR. Can Team Flash prevent Iris' death? Will Team Flash ever finish off Savitar? Who is Savitar? Could he be Eddie Thawne? Will Julian become Mr. Element? Will Caitlyn go off the deep end and become Killer Frost? And will Ronnie return to save her? Will Cisco survive his fight with Gypsy next episode? Find out in the next episode of The Flash.
Alright, so one sentence for this mid-season premiere.
Changing the headlines will change the future.
Future.
The future. Barry
Nice.
Allen, 2017.
I second that.
Dominoes of the future!
Nice. So, let's just get into what everyone was doing in this episode. Everything was pretty much okay, I guess, except for the fact Barry has this nightmare of, or he keeps reliving Iris' death.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to find ways to prevent that. But HR was telling him that if the future wants to happen, it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Before we get into the interactions between everybody, do you guys think that this is just pretty much Flashpoint all over again?
I guess a slight version.
It never ends.
Yeah.
You're just going to just reuse Flashpoint until Flashpoint just stopped being Flashpoint.
Yeah.
So we got Wally being taken under the wing of Barry. And how'd you guys like that? The Kid Flash out in the field with Flash.
It was good. I liked it.
I like him.
very
I like that
good.
he's like actually like taking the time to listen and learn from the veteran speedster. It's kind of weird because Barry's still, a kid in my eyes. Do you think that was needed? Do you guys understand why Barry was acting like that when they were going after Plunder that second time.
Yeah, I understand it.
Yeah.
His logic is flawed, but I understand it.
Yeah.
How'd you guys like Plunder?
He seems pretty cool. He's like a cross between like Deathstroke and Deadshot, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's corny.
I mean,
he's like that classic corny comic book villain.
yeah, it's like the bullets did most of the talking in this episode.
What did he say that was so corny? Like when he was on a motorbike, I'm gonna go right through you.
Yeah.
Something like that is so corny.
Oh, to Wally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you guys expect for Barry to actually tell the team what was gonna happen this episode? I thought they were gonna like draw it out the way that the sizzle looked, but he ended up telling everybody.
Yeah.
And did you think that they're gonna go to the future again so soon? Like at least in this episode?
No.
No, I didn't actually.
I thought it was just gonna be more of like an introduction of Plunder and like maybe have a really cool backstory, but he's just a really annoying menace.
Yeah.
That
I thought that scene where Barry told Iris was gonna be like the end of the episode, and like you're saying is gonna draw out into the next episode, but
I definitely thought that when he told her, I thought that was it, like she was gonna die, because that's kind of like changing it, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was what was gonna
the
change
fact that he
everything
told her?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But I guess that's part of the timeline since everyone's trying to prevent. That's just like a crazy premise. We've gotten to like whole nother territory here. They're trying to prevent what happens in the future, whereas Barry's been spending time trying to change the past. So like we're treading very dangerous waters here.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what he saw in the headlines there, because that's what excites me the most in the future there. But
Yeah.
how'd you like the Julian and Caitlin scenes? You guys ship it?
Nah.
No?
I honestly thought Julian was done and gone over, like done with.
Oh, he's here to stay.
I feel like he might be a lot more help than we think.
Yes. You want to mention why, or you want to save that for theories? Could you remember that?
Yeah, we could save it for theories. Yeah.
Okay. Who else? HR and Cisco. Obviously, they're the comedic relief in this episode. It wasn't too like crazy. We already knew that we're gonna see Iris dying over and over. Like they pretty much like to do that on these shows, is show us people dying over and over again. So it was interesting to see them actually take action right away, whereas we're used to them kind of like struggling with each other and letting the drama get in the way and all that. But no, they're like, use the future to their advantage, and they did. They caught Plunder and they saved the day. But do you think it's gonna blow up in their face the fact that they didn't tell Joe that Iris is gonna die in the future?
Yes and no.
Explain.
I think it's gonna be like, he's not gonna be so much mad that they didn't tell him.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, she's supposed to die in like 2 months. And Joe's gonna be like, oh my god, I gotta go do it. He could go Rambo off the deep end. Like Rambo First Blood even.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
going off of that, what if he's like the deciding factor? Like, what if Barry has to? What if that's like the last choice that changes the timeline?
Can't they just like live in peace for a little bit? I guess they can. That'll make sense for like that prophecy. Totally. I see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just weird seeing like Barry and Iris all like that. I don't know why. I think it's because I was watching the first season like earlier, and I saw Eddie and Iro and and I totally got that mustard and ketchup joke that you guys were talking about, because there's an episode where he got shot and then he had it all over his forehead. I think that's where he got it all from. Oh, they opened up the Star Live Museum.
Yeah.
As a front. I kind of felt bad when no one showed up the first time.
Yeah, he's like, I got discounted tickets.
That sucks. Caitlin's trying to stay on the straight with the cuffs and everything, and everything ends up okay at the end, sort of, kind of, right? Everyone's at the...
There's the detective dude from Heroes.
Oh, yeah, Patterson.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, he called Wally a scrub in front of his face. And yeah, they gathered at the end at the West Allen household loft, and they accepted what's his face into the team, Julian.
Yeah.
Julian and Cisco give Caitlin the cool necklace.
Yeah, like
to
a charm.
like keep her abilities like dormant.
Yeah.
And Joe's like, yeah, I'm proud of both of my sons. They're both speedsters. I mean, that is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I would be proud. Ended it happy, pretty much, up until we get the ominous alley shot. Obviously, they always do this at the end of every episode, just like a creepy shot.
Yeah.
And she popped out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
She just kind of like landed.
Like a portal.
Yeah. And she had like the
same thing from yesterday.
Oh yeah, Supergirl.
Yeah, they had like the same watch that had the hologram of whoever they're trying to catch.
HR.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything else as far as interactions go this episode? I'm trying to look back before we move forward.
I don't think so.
Easter eggs. There is a couple. Cisco said that Caitlin might go Frozone
Oh, yes. Yes.
again.
Yes. He also said, "Hang on, McFly. I might have to vibe you back to the future."
Nice. I love when they make those kind of references.
Yeah.
Music Meister was
I didn't
mentioned.
really catch any.
Music Meister.
Yeah.
He is going to be the
all
villain
those,
that ties in.
all those headlines.
Yes.
Oh, you go continue.
I was going to say he's just the villain that ties in Supergirl and the Flash, but I thought it was going to go from the Supergirl's world to the Flash's world. Oh, but it's in the future.
Yeah.
So he must have come. She came through the portal, that woman at the end. And
Yeah.
if you guys don't know, that woman at the end there was Gypsy.
Yes.
And she's not a villain in the comics. She's actually a good guy. Her abilities are pretty much to cast illusions and stuff like that. She's like Zatanna a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh.
You guys catch any other ones?
The headlines.
Yeah.
It showed like her potential futures for the show, saying that Killer Frost is still at large, Star Labs is closed, and a gorilla attack.
Yes, Gorilla City is coming.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's coming. Is that all the headlines though? That were
There's
changed?
one missing. I didn't catch it because Cisco said it real fast. It was like in between those.
Yeah, I thought that's all he said. I didn't hear it in between
Oh.
there. I thought he was talking about HR being there.
Oh, yeah, he was on the roof. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that all for Easter eggs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I got. What did you get for a preview, Bears?
Oh, well, actually, I got
Cisco challenges Gypsy to a duel. He meets her, he finds her, and he undergoes training
Yeah.
with the whole team to go
And is
up
this
against
to
his first
protect HR?
Yeah, I think so. It's like a duel for HR's, I don't want to say hand, but to protect HR. Like, if
Okay.
he wins, then he gets to stay.
Yeah.
And finally, to get a vibe-centric episode. Like, finally, I get that he's supposed to be in the lab and doing all the tech stuff, but it's going to be pretty awesome seeing him suit up finally. What else we see in that preview? Still trying to prevent the future from happening, so they're still trying to change stuff.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to change another headline.
Yeah. I think that's it,
Yeah.
right? Theories. Do you guys think that Caitlyn is actually going to go full Killer Frost by the end of the season?
hell yeah.
Think so?
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Oh, man. Let's kind of theorize who is the one who's going to betray, die, and what do you call that? Suffer a fate worse than death. Betrayal is, you guys are saying Caitlyn?
Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
Death will be Iris.
All
sounds
that
about right,
changing still ends up with Iris.
What about the fate worse than death? What could be worse than death? Losing somebody that you care about? Is that going to be Barry? It's got to be. Because he's kind of like...
I want to say Barry, but that
holds
just
everyone
seems
together.
too obvious.
So who else would it be?
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But dude, that could also play into the next season.
yes.
Suffering fate worse than death. What if he gets stuck in the Speed Force again?
Barry?
Yeah.
Oh,
And instead of like an
yeah.
alternate, like, you know, where he was living, what do you call it, with the dinosaur episode of last season?
Yeah.
What if he's just like continuously running?
And then he becomes a Blue Flash.
He becomes, future Flash.
and then like he wrecks shop, and then it's just like all over again.
Yeah. It's even worse because like he's technically a villain the next
Yeah.
episode. I mean,
And then
next
he goes
season.
back to try to kill
Possibly.
himself.
Possibly. Yeah.
Dude, that would be crazy, and I'm all for that too. But
I'm also for Joe too.
for Joe. I think that we are, or that whole future thing is a little bit of a red herring.
Think so?
I don't think that that's Iris.
Mm.
I think that the reason HR was on that roof was because I don't know.
Maybe it's he was using that nifty device he has.
Yeah.
What
I
if
think
he used it
that's-
on Gypsy?
Yeah, he disguised Gypsy as Iris.
Oh.
Like he turned the tables on her. So
Dude,
technically
that's-
he betrayed
Yeah.
Gypsy or
Yeah.
something. What if it's like turned
But-
out to be a good thing?
Yeah. Either that or what if it's like a double cross where that whole scene where what they're picturing is Gypsy, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that they keep changing the headlines, it actually leads to Iris's death.
Oh no.
Like it was already planned that the whole thing with the HR using
Dude.
that device to use Gypsy as the bait, but
That'd be sad. I mean, but in the comics, I also see that too, like that side, because she does die in the current timeline, but she comes back in the 30th century. Iris.
that's freaking
So,
far away.
She might die
That's
now,
many
but we won't
years.
see her until the end of the series or something.
Yeah.
But what if it's like Scooby Doo and like, that
Old
I-
man Jenkins.
it's like every time, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
stabs that iris, quote unquote. And
Yeah.
then when Barry catches her, her face just keeps changing. And it's just like, you don't know who it is, and it keeps flipping, and then it cuts to black.
Whoa. Interesting.
It's just
Maybe.
gonna leave us thinking who it is.
Yeah.
How do you guys think that Barry's even gonna like fight Savitar? Do you think it's gonna take him, Wally, and a couple other people? You think Jesse will come back?
I think she has to at this point.
Did you
Yeah.
guys know that Ronnie Raymond is returning?
Sweet.
He's
As
Wait, what?
Yeah,
As-
Ronnie Raymond is coming back.
Firestorm.
As in, like Robbie Amell
Yeah, he's coming back to Flash this season.
as a regular or just a guest star?
They're not saying, but he's coming back in a big way apparently. He just took that whole like they wrote him off just so that he could have his wedding last year.
Dude, that's another theory. Because
It
didn't he
changes
go?
things. There you
Yeah.
go.
Didn't he go through
That's the whole
the?
Killer Frost storyline.
Yeah. Didn't he go through the
Portal, yeah.
portal or the wormhole?
Yes.
So the fact that this is if he does come back like as himself. Yeah, the fact that he comes back. What if
Eddie.
Eddie is like he's alive, and what if he is Savitar?
I'll be down for him being
Because
Savitar.
the fact that he had that little necklace around his neck.
Yeah, that was like our first theory. Is that was the
I thought he was gonna be cobalt blue, but like
well, he could
what
be if he doesn't turn out to be Savitar.
Yeah.
come back and be a villain.
But what if like that little thing?
And he said he was
Connect-
returning. Actually, remember his tweet? He said, "I'm coming back, season 3 of Flash."
Yeah, and he said he's down to be a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what if the amulet that he had around his neck or whatever brought him to the Philosopher's Stone?
Whoa. Well, essentially, like the portal, right? It
Yeah.
can be a time rift or of some sort, or a breach to other worlds, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he just fell all the way back in time. It's just
Yeah,
like it's
maybe.
like with Ray going all the
Maybe.
way back with the dinosaurs. So why couldn't he end up with that thing?
Yeah.
That's another cool theory to think about. What else is there
But-
to theorize?
One thing though,
Yes.
Go ahead.
Stein could not survive without the second half of Firestorm,
Yes.
which is why Jax got introduced.
Yes.
How the hell could Ronnie survive then?
Well,
I
I,
mean,
think it's what do you call it?
two
The
things.
reason why Ronnie survived is because
Yeah.
I think his physiology kind of changed. Like it's weird because you know how Stein is the mind.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
some reason, I guess it kind of makes sense and it kind of doesn't because he's essentially putting his being in another being
Yeah.
and he's just the mind. So I guess he can't be separated. But from what I've seen in the comics themselves, the younger guys that are the vessels can survive without another.
That's interesting.
But can he still go Firestorm?
No, that's the thing. He can't.
I mean, isn't Stein returning?
Yeah, he's
for
going to
the
be on
crossover.
that. Yes.
What if Ronnie?
Oh no! What if
Isn't
Jax dies? Oh, that's another show.
No, but they that's what's up. But they have other options because that Jason Roosh dude,
Yeah,
he was
if
like a
they
little.
introduce him.
He was a little Easter egg, right?
Yeah,
Earlier in like the first season. What if they bring him back and he's the brains because he's pretty smart?
they need to bring him back in a really cool way.
Yeah.
Like introduce him. Yeah, I'd be down to see that. 2 Firestorms,
Yeah.
but they would have to just be like Jackson Stein got to just stay on their thing because 2 Firestorms is just mad OP.
Yeah. Unless they do a crossover.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What else is there to theorize about? I think we covered a lot.
Oh, what's his name? Julian.
Yes.
In the comics, he has an alter ego, which is Mr. Element,
Yes.
and he's a good guy. So
I like it a lot.
why not have him
Oh.
on the team?
What if it's like a trade-off, like because he joins the team and he helps them, we lose Caitlyn because she's like on the run.
Oh, well, I want to take my theory back.
No, I'm saying what if
No, I'm just saying I don't
that
want,
gives it?
I don't want her
You know what I'm
to
saying?
leave.
That gives it.
It does,
It
yeah.
makes it interesting because
Yeah.
what if that's the reason why Ronnie comes back is to help go find Caitlyn this time?
Yeah,
It's like she goes off the radar.
Yeah.
Radar.
maybe.
Man, there's so many things to think about with this show. They totally changed the game. Like these theories are not like clean and cut. Like we actually got to like dive deep.
Yeah.
Got us thinking. You
This
guys
is Ish Berlanti. I'm sick of your shit. Every time we come up with a theory, you just change the freaking timeline.
Yeah, it's like they're exactly. That's exactly what he's doing.
is that what he's doing right now? Are we
He
living
is
in
the
an alternate
Flash.
timeline right now?
Greg Berlanti is a Flash. He's just
He is.
It doesn't freaking matter if we are. They're just gonna change it next
Yeah.
week anyway.
exactly.
Are we the wees that reviewed this show 2 months ago?
Yes.
Are you sure?
And no. You guys got any other theories?
No,
You guys, I think that they're just gonna save the Wally being a bad guy for later.
probably. Yeah.
I still want to see that happen, but it probably might not happen. This
No.
what do you call it? Savitar's already big enough
Yeah.
bad guy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But they'd have to reintroduce Savitar first.
Yeah,
And then, according to Thingy, we still got Gorilla Grodd to come around.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
in
other
next
thing.
month or so.
The Gorilla City. I'm so excited for that. And of course, Music Meister, and I can't wait to see how all these. Do you guys think that there's any relation to Gypsy and those people on Supergirl? Because they had the same sort of tech. Do you guys think that they're working for a higher power? Like, you know how in there's always like an almighty being.
Yeah.
What if they're all working for Mxyzptlk?
Sure. Why
He's
not?
a fifth dimensional being.
Yeah, he can.
His powers
Can't
reach
he
throughout the
teleport anywhere?
multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the multiverse.
Sure, why not? Why
Oh my
not?
god,
But
we are jumping.
the
into
question
some-
is, why would they need them, Mon-El and HR?
because they're gonna put together the Legion of Superheroes to fight the Anti-Monitors.
HR is like,
HR.
I'm gonna. What should we call? Oh, the novelist.
Yes, the
I'm
novelist.
gonna write you to death.
Yeah, he's mad funny. I like this H.
Yeah, I
HR.
like HR.
Yeah, I think that this is just gearing up to be something really crazy. I feel like those people are working for someone with great power. I like to
Ooh.
think that's Mxyzptlk. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other theories?
No.
I think it pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
What do you? Oh, am I missing anything before I go through?
Final thoughts, or is that before?
Yes. What did you guys rate this?
Rate this.
Yes.
This is stepping the boundaries,
Go ahead.
but Savitar, I've come to bargain.
Oh, nice. You did reach over the boundaries with that one. Nice. It's so fitting too.
I'm gonna rate this one a interest in science.
Nice. I rate this one. God, what is the quote? Damn it. I had it in my head. It was going to sound badass too.
Well, what's this?
I would have gotten away with it
Oh.
if it wasn't for you rotten kids or whatever.
Meddling kids?
Yeah, the
If it wasn't for you meddling speedsters.
there you go. So with that being said, you guys go leave your comments down below on what you thought about the episode. And if you guys enjoyed, go leave a like.
Come to my channel, KodakG07, where we do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Pretty awesome. Please check it out.
Be sure to check out our creators code as well as social links down below. And don't forget to leave without leaving your hashtags. What do you guys
Don't
want to
forget
hashtag?
Leave without leaving.
Yeah, no. I like using the word leave a lot.
Hashtag Back to the Future. That's
Yes, sure.
the whole premise of this. Hashtag. What's something we could do that's like a pun with Plunder's name? You know what? Hashtag Plunder sucks.
Plunder's crack.
Plunder's crack? No, okay. Hashtag Flash and Kid Flash team up.
Yeah.
And hashtag
Collective.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to do one more?
Oh, you could do one more. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hashtag.
Dominoes are the way of life.
Okay, there you go. Now the collective one.
Okay.
Is it my turn? Or is this you, Bears? I think.
It's me.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Right. On your go.
Okay. Hashtag science.
Music.
Gorilla.
Ooh.
It's a little bit of a step down from
Yeah,
yesterday's. But I
It's
mean,
okay.
What are you talking about? It's like going to be like the next Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
And you guys, feel free to mix up the words in the comments. We like to read those.
Yeah.
Very random. Surprising how many things people can come up with just 3 words.
Yeah.
So that being said, you guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. You guys will never know that Bears is about to